Have you ever felt trapped, like you're in a prison of your own circumstances? Maybe you're facing a tough situation at school, at work, or even in your own heart, and it feels like there's no way out. Well, I want to share an incredible story about two men who found freedom in the most unlikely of places. Their names were Paul and Silas. They were traveling, sharing a message of hope, but not everyone was happy about it. One day, they were wrongly accused, brutally beaten, and thrown into the darkest part of a prison. Their feet were locked in stocks, and a guard was ordered to watch them closely. Imagine how they must have felt in pain, in the dark, and completely helpless. It would be so easy to give in to despair, right? But Paul and Silas did something completely unexpected. Instead of complaining or crying out in anger, they started to pray. And then, they started to sing. Right there, in the middle of that cold, dark prison, they began singing hymns of praise to God. Their voices echoed through the halls, and all the other prisoners just listened, amazed. They chose to fill their darkness with worship, to replace their fear with faith. And that's when the impossible happened. Around midnight, the ground began to tremble. A violent earthquake shook the prison to its very foundations. The heavy prison doors flew open, and incredibly, everyone's chains just fell off. Paul, Silas, and all the other prisoners were suddenly free. The jailer, woken by the chaos, saw the open doors and panicked. He assumed everyone had escaped, and knowing he would be severely punished, he drew his sword to end his own life. But before he could, a voice called out from the darkness. It was Paul. He shouted, "Don't harm yourself. We are all here." Not a single prisoner had run. The stunned jailer called for a light, rushed in, and fell trembling at the feet of Paul and Silas. He saw a power he couldn't explain and asked them a question that would change his life forever. "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" Their answer was simple and beautiful. "Believe in the Lord Jesus, and you will be saved, you and your household." That very night, the jailer took them to his home, washed their wounds, and he and his entire family welcomed Jesus into their hearts. They went from being captor and captives to brothers in faith. This story shows us that no matter what prison we find ourselves in, whether it is a physical one or a situation that feels hopeless, praise can shake the foundations. When we choose to focus on God instead of our circumstances, He can bring freedom in the most miraculous ways, not just for us, but for those around us too. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that inspires hope and faith. See you in the next video.